All right, next question is from Andrew. In Miami, Mensik defeated Draper, Fils, Fritz, and Djokovic, and remarkably winning all 7 tiebreaks against them. So whose tennis future would you rather have? Mensik, Fonseca, or Draper?
Ooh, it's a good question. Were you just trying to see how many names you could fuck up in one question?
Butchered all of them.
I love reading the comments.
You know what I got right, by the way?
Menchik.
I got Draper.
Fils.
Phils?
Yeah,
Phils?
dude, I mean,
Menchik.
We can't say anything right.
No, but I beat this horse to death.
Yeah.
As soon as, like, if I would have ever gone to Paris one time and the Parisian commentator and or umpire and or anyone watching would have gone, Roddick.
I mean, I literally am so fearful of the comment section only for the mince.
I don't know why we have the expectation that no one else has. Roddick. Like, you added an A at the end.
I'm gonna use the website bots.
It's as if the R in my name doesn't exist, but yet here we are, Menchik and Phils.
All right.
Okay, so Draper. It was Draper, Fees.
No. It's Mensik, Fonseca, or Draper. Whose future?
Mensik, Fonseca, or Draper. I want the caveat to be, I want to know how nasty Fonseca is going to be on clay, because I don't think clay is going to be the best surface for Menchik.
I don't laver. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be the best surface for Draper. And I want to know if Fonseca is the guy already won a title on clay. Like, is he the guy that's going to win 2 French Opens? Just level set. Is someone going to take that next generation? I think we're not going to be, again, we're not going to be used to parity at the French Open, where it used to be kind of, you got the most outlier results at the French Open, you know, Gaudio winning and, you know, different players having success there. Are we going to return to that? That's a great one. It's not Menchik yet. It's not. It's going to be Draper or Fonseca for me. I don't know that you can just assume that Mensik's going to win every breaker he plays for the rest of time. I think that specific surface was great for him. I think he can improve second serve. I still think, you know, can he just take pot shots and land them on other surfaces? I don't think so. I want to see him on grass. I don't know what that looks like. You would think that it would be good, but grass is kind of a weird specific surface. A lot of it has to do with movement. Draper's come a long way. If it's Fonseca versus Draper, just based on like sample size, what we've seen in the clay of things, I'll probably take the guy that's 5 years younger. I'll probably take Fonseca, which, you know, we haven't talked about enough because every week in the comments is like, talk about him. He's a star. he's already drawing. And by the way, whatever we talk about, there's always someone who wants us to talk more about the thing that you don't want to hear about, just so we're completely clear. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. He doesn't seem to mind the pressure. He already has thousands of people showing up for his matches in whatever city he's in. It seems like he likes it. He's not shying away from it. He's going to have to, like every 18-year-old, Carlos was the same. You know, I had that first match where it's like, oh, I can't play 5 sets yet without cramping. Like, he's going to have to find that physicality against Demon in Miami. That was like a huge stress test because Demon's there physically. He's going, okay, apples to apples, matching up tennis wise. I might be behind this kid, but I'm going to make it painful and I'm going to figure it out. Those are those learning lessons. I think Fonseca right now, but I have so much respect for what Jack Draper's done. He has improved so much in the areas where he has needed improvement over the last year. You can't teach lefty. Gun to my head, I guess Fonseca. JW?
We step back. I mean, how cool is it that there's a British lefty? There's this, you know, the 19-year-old from the Czech Republic.
Yes.
And then we have this Brazilian phenom. I mean, these are 3 total different parts of the world, different backgrounds, different routes to get there. Their games are different. I don't know if we talk about that enough. I don't, you know, it's tough because on the one hand, we have so much more to go by with Draper, right? I mean, he's
semifinalist,
4 years older.
Slam
I got been a semifinal. Yeah, he's been to a semifinalist in a major. Fonseca's played 1 major. So we have much more to go with on Draper. The flip side is, yeah, I mean, the younger the player, the more draws we have. I don't know. I mean, I just, you know, whatever. I haven't seen Fonseca play live. I remember at the U.S. Open a few years ago, I think he played Lerner Tien in the juniors, and there was this huge crowd of people. So the real tennis hardcores that followed the junior tennis knew that this kid was something special. I just go by what other players react to him and other players respond. And other players, especially back channels, they're kind of quick to doubt. I don't know if you were like, I mean, they're kind of quick to douse hype. I mean, sometimes someone said to me about Perry Card, they're like, I know you're half kidding about this kid, and it's nice to have him around, and he's a lovely kid, but easy there. I mean, this guy's a long way from being a top 10 player. I have not heard that about Fonseca. I mean, other players really, whether they've hit with him or whether they've seen him or whether they've played against him, there is a sense that in a Nadal 20 years ago, Alcaraz 5 years ago kind of way, this guy is really special. And I put a lot of stock into what the players who have felt this guy's ball, who have been on the other side of the net, what they react to him. So I don't know. It's a great question, and I love that we sort of can have this discussion and not arrive anywhere. But God, Fonseca's really impressed me in a lot of ways, not least the little time it's taken, gotten the respect of peers.
I feel like also that winning that next gen indoors on a fast court and then 2 months later winning outdoors on red clay, that matters to me in a big way. Draper, I think Draper is really good on grass. I think we're going to see him make a serious dent at Wimbledon. So inevitably, I think the net ends at outdoor hard, physicality, all of those things, extended format. I guess Fonseca, but that's no disrespect. I think Draper has improved as much as he could possibly improve in the areas where he needed improvement, and that deserves a lot of respect.
I just want to acknowledge that the next question was, depending on where you guys went with that, was from somebody named Marcelo, and they were asking if Fonseca was overbuzzed, but they were writing it as somebody from Brazil because they said that there's 200 million plus people that are easily impressed, so they wanted to make sure it wasn't overbuzzed. It sounds like you guys are saying it's not.
No, and the couple things to look for is you hear the feedback on weight of shot to JW's point from players. And it's like, oh, this thing, it's not just, and I caution letting the hype train get out of control. So to Marcelo's point, but you feel like he's learning in real time. The Rublev match in Aussie Open, to finish the match, he switched directions line like 3 times in a row and pulled it off. That's a big deal for me because then that opens up Pandora's box of options. And
for layman, can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah. So basically being able to hit all 4 corners at any moment with pace. It's something we see with, like, I talk about it all the time with Novak. You talk about it with Rafa. He can hook that forehand cross, fire a line to where you don't know where you're going. And all of a sudden, if you can switch directions, you can access the weak parts of your opponent's game kind of at will. Whereas, to give an example, my backhand, I wasn't good at hitting it line, right? So I had to chip at line to switch directions most of the time, which you chip a ball and you miss it against a Del Potro or a Rafa, it's a problem. So when I'm playing the top players, they know that. So all of a sudden there's a pressure release valve because I can't switch directions line. They don't really have to cover that. They can shade and anticipate, and all of a sudden they're getting 6 more forehands a set, which is a problem for me, right? This kid already can switch directions, forehand, backhand, find the soft spots. I don't even know if he knows how to apply it yet, because he's 18.
It's just natural
strategically, but he will. He knows how to switch it. He's comfortable cross backhand side, cross forehand side, down the line on both sides, which eventually will open up a lot of strategic options where he's not trying to avoid certain things like I had to. He can actually kind of lean into them depending on matchup.
Not non-X and O's. I like the premise of that question, though, because there's a real self-awareness there that, sometimes hype is not just a function of who is hitting a tennis ball the cleanest and the hardest. And you come from a country of 200 plus million people, and you're at the Latin American Masters 1000 event, which is the Miami Open. We were talking about Ayala last week. She's from a country of 100 million plus people. If Mensik were from Brazil and had that kind of success in Miami, and all of his matches had to be moved to the big court because there were so many rowdy Czechs with drums that had flown up specifically to see him, would we be framing him differently? So I don't think the hype with Fonseca is outdone, but I like the question because it does sort of imply that it's not always strictly a function of tennis and there are other factors.
And it's weird because you go with, there are a lot of kind of phenoms. I think of like JW, do you remember the first time you saw Philippoussis?
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's like 18 and you're going, oh, no one's ever hit the ball this hard. He's 6'4".
Right.
He serves.
Good looking guy.
Yeah,
beat Pete in Australia.
Totally. But there's also the next thing. It's like, can you stay healthy? Do you have a program in place to stay healthy? Which Flip would tell you, maybe Flip now is like in better shape than all of us. You know, he almost went reversal. Whereas, you know, before it was like, if I didn't feel like doing it that day, I wouldn't. You know, he would tell you all about that kind of moment in time. But there are other hurdles outside of what we're just seeing with tennis. You know, Alcaraz dealing with expectation now, where he's going, I'm 3 in the world, and people are going, what's wrong? That's an absurd thing to deal with. But it's going to be reality for these players if they become good enough. So a lot of these things I don't know Fonseca at all. I don't, you know, I know as much as you do from watching and seeing and digesting. But those little things, when you have, I think expectation is the hardest thing in sports, and he's certainly going to have it.